It's The Highway on SiriusXM. My name is Storme Warren, and I am so thrilled to have Danielle Bradbery in our studio right now. Hi.
Hi.
We came so close to meeting for the first time at the CMA red carpet. We brushed against each other, and then Nan Kelly from GAC grabbed you before I could interview you and meet you for the first time. I was devastated.
They were dragging me everywhere. I was like, I don't know where to go.
But you handled yourself great. You look gorgeous on the red carpet.
Thank
and
you.
That was your first real experience on a big red carpet, wasn't
Yes,
it?
it was. My first CMA week, and just everything was all first.
And the youngest winner on The Voice, another first. 17
Yes.
years old. You smoked it. Blake Shelton,
Thank you.
again. Do you give the credit to him, or is he just lucky?
I don't know. He has some good ideas, and he definitely knew what he was doing. So
I think he's just lucky.
I don't know. That could be it too.
The Voice, obviously, a major springboard for you. Talk about that experience. I mean, obviously, it's done wonders for your career, but I mean, what was that like?
It was, man, it was amazing. And especially meeting all the contestants and being the youngest, I looked up to all of them because I watched them rehearse and how they do their thing and little things
And
like
stole
that.
everything and just shoved it down their throats.
No. But I mean, just working with Blake and it was awesome because The Voice is like one big family, and not only, I mean, these other coaches that have their own team, they're open about everybody, and they're so sweet and there for you when you need them.
Now, older contestants, they say that, I wish I did this when I was younger, when I didn't know any better. Did that kind of rub off on you a little bit? Did you experience that? Because you were 17, maybe you didn't have the fears or the anxiety that maybe some of the other contestants have. You're just kind of walking in going, let's see what this is about.
I had that feeling of, well, we'll see how this goes because I have no idea what I'm getting myself into.
So you did have a little bit of the anxiety.
Yes, I did, because I was terrified to sing in front of people. And yes, I was.
Come on.
I was really
picked the
scared.
wrong profession.
Well, I mean, my parents kind of had the idea, well, we're going to sign her up without really her permission.
Because they heard you sing, obviously.
After school, I would go straight up to my room and sing for hours. And that's how they heard me from there. And if I had to sing in front of people, they'd either have to turn around. I would have to stand behind something so I could not.
Dad, is that true? Really? That's true. Your dad said you're agreeing and nodding his head. So what broke that ice? What broke that barrier that you put up around yourself?
Well, I feel like every time I step on stage, I become this new Danielle Bradbery, which is kind of interesting. But I feel like...
Are you talking in the third person?
Yeah, I think so. I just, something just clicks every time I go on stage, and it's so much fun being up there, and I do better with like 20,000 people instead of a room full of 10. It's
and that's
crazy.
still the case?
Yes.
Still the case?
Yes,
Wow.
it is.
Danielle Bradbery is our special guest. You know her song, Top 20 hit the heart of Dixie. We're going to play that song right now, and we're going to play a couple of others from her self-titled debut album in stores this week as she hangs with us for an entire hour. You don't mind, do you?
No.
Well, cool. It's Danielle Bradbery on The Highway. It's The Highway. My name is Storme Warren. Her name is Danielle Bradbery, and of course you watched her on The Voice. Who didn't? Just running away with season 4. Another win for King Blake. Talking about, I really don't think it has anything to do with his skill as a coach. It's just, I think he just lucks in, and it's just, he's talentless.
He's awesome though. But the things he was, the song choices that he was giving me, like maybe it was Memphis and Grandpa and Shake the Sugar Tree.
All of those, by the way, top downloads during the season. No one has ever downloaded as many songs from a contestant than you.
That's crazy.
Youngest winner, the most downloads. You're off to a pretty good start.
I would say so.
and I'm kidding, Blake. You are not completely talentless, but I can only imagine the advice. Is there anything you could share with us that off stage that he didn't share on camera? Just some of did he give you some pep talks?
Oh man, he said a lot on TV, and I mean, some of it may or may have not got on the TV, but I mean, off of the behind the scenes and things, he had a lot to say, and he always said, just go out there and have fun, because that's what he does on stage.
Really?
A lot. And I asked him about the older songs and asked him, why are you giving me these songs when I'm the youngest in the competition? And he goes, well, think of it this way. You are, 16 at the time, and you have a younger fan base, and those younger fans probably have never heard that song. So you singing it will come off as your song. Yeah. And I'm like, well, you have a good point.
and the first example of that was Heads Carolina, Tails California,
yes.
the Jody Messina hit, which just went boom on iTunes.
Yes. And they were so much fun songs to sing, and it was really awesome bringing those back and just how all this history behind those songs. It was amazing.
All right, you touched on it a little bit ago, but take us to that bedroom in Texas where you sang yourself to sleep each and every night for hours and hours and hours. Is it just were you infatuated with all kinds of music? What style of music did you gravitate towards as you sang to yourself?
Well, I love all kinds of music. I mean, anything that comes on, I'm like, oh, I love this. And I grew up listening to country, and my dad actually, I used to sing in a fake microphone that was not plugged in or anything. So I acted like I was giving on this huge concert when it was really.
Who were you? Who were you pretending to be?
Carrie Underwood.
Yeah, there we go.
And of course the Taylor Swift that she is. I look up to all of them.
You were born in the era of Shania.
Yeah.
You know, Shania was the queen in 1996. I can't believe I'm saying 1996. That's when you were born.
Yes.
Wow. Unbelievable. That's just crazy. And now you have your debut album out. Have you wrapped your head around that yet?
No, it's all coming so fast, and I'm taking each step at a time and very slowly. So it's also, man, it's amazing.
You're still in school, right?
I'm doing online schooling now, but I did go to a regular high school, and man, that has changed.
Is it hard to motivate yourself with online school?
It is. Being the only one. You have to pay attention now.
Yes.
And
you can't cheat off anybody.
No. Of course it's a lot of help, and you get a lot done. I could tell you that, because
you find yourself working faster?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, and I have a tutor, and working one-on-one like that, we get a lot done, and I of course get a lot of things much better now. Yeah. And it's really cool, and it's a lot of help doing everything at the same time.
Are you a good student?
Yeah.
Dad, is she a good student? Oh
God, that took a long time.
That was a long pause. Danielle Bradbery is our special guest, doing a little hang time, celebrating this week's release of her debut album, simply titled Danielle Bradbery. We're going to play a song right now. Speaking of your dad, it's called "Daughter of a Working Man." You want to tell us? You chuckled when when we mentioned this song earlier. Why was that?
Well, I was actually at his house when I first showed him the song, when it was in the process of getting the songs for my album, and I heard it and I was like, oh my God, this is an amazing song, and of course, oh Daddy, and things like that. So, and of course he said it's his favorite, so I had to have it. It's a really pretty song.
We're going to play it right now for both of you, dad and daughter. It's Danielle Bradbery and Daughter of a Working Man on the highway. Danielle Bradbery is in our studio today. Again, it's just a pleasure to meet you. I watched you on The Voice the entire season, and I just wondered what you were like in person, and now we all know. Everybody listening knows now. And I was just steps away from meeting you, at the CMA, so this is a real thrill for me. What has been the biggest shock through this entire journey?
Oh, man. A lot has happened in such little time, and I think the biggest shock brings back to CMA week not too long ago at all. And just being at the kind of the same level and doing the same things as these artists
your
that
heroes.
I've always looked up to. And I actually got to have a conversation with the king of country, George Strait himself.
Really?
Yes. And
Cool guy, isn't he?
He's so awesome.
I know. You expect to be completely taken back by his presence, which you are at first, but he disarms you like that, and suddenly you're his best friend.
Yes. And I mean, just getting to talk to him, and I got my picture taken with him, and just being face to face with him, I still am like, did that really happen? Because he's amazing and unbelievable.
Have you met Carrie?
No, she's the only one I haven't met.
Oh, no. We got to make that happen.
Yeah. Please do.
Carrie Underwood, this is your official invitation. Danielle Bradbery would like to shake your hand at some point.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
All right, I think we should have that happen right here on the highway.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
All right. Producer Jay, will you bring the camera? On it. All right, great. Danielle Bradbery doing a little hang time on the highway. I want to play another song. You want to talk about My Day?
Well, the first time I heard My Day.
You love your day.
I love my day. Well, the words of this song is really inspirational, and I feel like I can relate to it a lot with the whole voice experience and this whole thing that's going on with my life, and every moment I feel like it's my day.
It's Danielle Bradbery from her self-titled debut album in stores this week. This is The Highway. Great to be hanging out with Danielle Bradbery, Season 4 winner on The Voice, releasing her debut album this week. You know the song, The Heart of Dixie, doing quite well. Top 20 and climbing rapidly.
Yay.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
I mean, this time last year, what were you doing?
Just in high school and hanging out with my friends. Not doing much.
And not thinking any of this was a possibility.
No, not at all. I mean, my stage fright was holding me back a lot. And of course, I had this big imagination of that would be so cool to be like Taylor Swift or Carrie Underwood. And I go to the Houston rodeo and imagine myself down there. And I
Did you just think your stage fright was so limiting that there was no way you were ever going to get past it to actually follow through with those dreams?
Yes, it was so bad. I was like, how am I ever going to do what I love and have this fear of getting on stage or singing in front of even my family? It was crazy.
It's your inspiration. There's a lot of people that are crippled by stage fright or the fear of public speaking or public places or just being around people. And what can you say to them about being on the other side of that fence now?
I mean, I really, ever since I could remember being tiny, I loved to sing anything and everything, and I would always dance around to music. I've been around music all my life, and singing and doing that, I never wanted to give it up in my room by myself, acting like I was performing in front of thousands of people, which was really my wall. But now, if you really love something, then push for it, and you never know what could happen, just like my journey.
Is it almost a feeling of, I can't believe what I was missing?
Exactly. I had this wall up that my stage fright was just keeping me from doing what I love, and the voice was kind of like, boom.
Punched right through that wall. It's really inspiring because, there's a lot of people that feel limited by a number of things, a number of challenges, and anything is overcomable. Is that a word? I don't even know if that's a word.
Know.
Overcomable. There's a great line in a movie called The Internship. It's not a great movie, but it's a great line from the movie. And it says, if you spend all your time defending your limitations, be careful, you just might keep them.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And you did not keep them. You broke through. I love that about you. Danielle Bradbery, congratulations on the brand new album.
Thank you.
And continued success. This is going to be fun to watch.
Thank you.
I'm going to leave you with one of your favorite songs by your coach. What would it be? Blake Shelton.
Mine would be You.
Best song he has ever recorded, in my opinion.
It's amazing.
Jesse Alexander co-wrote that song. It's just, the message in the song is just crazy. It's just so well written.
Yes, it really is.
So you picked my favorite song, too. Good job.
Yay.
Will you come back?
I sure will.
Only if Carrie Underwood's here?
Either way.
Aww.
Either way.
Great to meet you.
You too.
This is The Highway.